You ready? Here we go. What is going on, everyone? On today's show, we've got updates. We'll talk about the future of me streaming on Kick or co-streaming on YouTube and Kick. We'll talk about what happened yesterday with the Alan Wake DLC, my overall thoughts about it, and why we're actually playing a brand new game today. We've got some interesting gaming news stories concerning Rayman, Monster Hunter Wilds, and more. Sandwich talk. I know you're excited for that. In general, we got a big variety show for you today. It's going to be a good chill one. I'm excited. I hope you are too. Whether you're on YouTube, Kick, or watching on demand, it's time for another episode of the Level 1 Podcast.
Get ready for some meaningful content, because the king is back, the king of the live stream, the king is back. Woo!
Alrighty, I hope you're all doing well. You're ready for a fun episode. If you're wondering why the lighting looks weird, well, there's a couple reasons. It's because basically this light usually would have my face look a certain way, but because of the backdrop lighting, as well as the shirt I'm wearing today, the white balance of the camera is a little off, making me look a little dark. Like if I were to do this, for example, it might actually make it look a little bit brighter just for the show. And then perhaps I should lower the lighting after the show ends. You guys let me know what you think. I could do either lighting scheme. It seems like you guys have liked darker lighting for games recently, and I can understand why. It's Halloween Horror Month, and most of the games I'm playing are horror-themed, so you guys have definitely wanted a little bit more of the darker stuff. In fact, when I played Silent Hill 2, more often than not, you guys had me turn the lights completely off and just have the backdrop light, right? So there you go. Anyway, welcome to the show. Today is Wednesday, the 23rd of October, 2024. And today is a different day than was originally planned, that's for sure. You might say, well, gee, I wonder why it's a different day. What's going on? Well, originally I had planned that we were going to be playing the Alan Wake 2 Lake House DLC for several streams. I thought it would take like 2-3 streams to get through it. And this would carry us all the way through the week until the new release is on Friday. If you're not aware, Friday is a huge new release day. We've got Call of Duty Black Ops 6 paired with Sonic X Shadow Generations. So we've got two high-profile releases coming out on the same day that I'm going to have to split the day up in order to cover them both. So, in regards to that, I thought, oh, we're good. Maybe night streams will alternate. We'll do some WWE Champions. We'll do some fighting games or whatever. We'll be good. And then all of a sudden, I go to play... Sorry, there's something on my phone. I go to play the Lake House DLC yesterday. And the thing is, no one knew anything about it or how long it was because they had not released it yet. It didn't come out till 8 a.m. So with it only being out 8 a.m., no one had any clue about it. It was only 3 hours long. Only 3 hours long. And it's the final piece of content, excuse me, that they're making for Alan Wake 2. And after a year's wait, and you're thinking, this is the final piece, this is going to be cool, we're going to have all these plot lines are going to be tied up, and we're going to get answers, and we're going to be excited. It was completely and utterly underwhelming. It was actually incredibly disappointing. If you remember earlier this year, they had the Night Springs DLC, and that DLC featured 3 mini what-if episodes, but they actually tied directly into the plot of Alan Wake 2, even explaining who Mr. Door was. And that was an ongoing mystery from the main game. And I was like, oh, well, this shit's going to be better then, right? It's the last piece of content. It was shorter. It was far worse. So in a nutshell, all you do is you go to the Lake House Research Facility, which is the facility that the Federal Bureau of Control built over Cauldron Lake before the events of Alan Wake 2 to research the anomaly in the lake that Alan is trapped inside of. So as you go there, real fast, this isn't really much of a spoiler, you find out that everything went wrong. There were 2 researchers in charge who kind of turned on each other. And because of this, the research got out of hand. The entire facility got overrun, and all you do is you run around fighting incredibly generic monsters, of which they throw tons of them at you at once, despite the fact you don't have a lot of ammo, and you have to solve a few cryptic puzzles, and you just go through the different levels of this facility. You go to the end, there's one boss fight, it's over. No exaggeration, this could have been one paragraph on a piece of paper in Alan Wake 2, and it would have had exactly the same impact. There's no reason to play it. It's completely a waste of everyone's time. And I was like, what the heck? So this obviously throws me for a loop. Number one, it really sucks that the DLC sucked. I think we all wanted it to be good, and it sucks that it wasn't good. But number two, now I have all this time open. I have 2 major daytime streams on Wednesday and Thursday with nothing really to do, and I had to think about, what are my options? So thinking it clearly, I was like, well, we could go back to Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, and we could do a stream or 2 of the story of that. We already beat the Goku story. We already did the online play. Maybe we could go to Vegeta or Piccolo or Gohan or one of these other characters and play through their story modes, correct? So that was an option that I was considering. But then I started thinking about other options, and I remembered, hey, there was a game that came out last week that we were considering playing that people had asked me to play, but it didn't fit into the schedule. It's called A Quiet Place: The Road Ahead. It's a shorter game, 6 to 8 hours long, survival horror, and fits right into the season, obviously, of the stuff we've been doing. And the plot is exactly the plot of the Quiet Place movies. So, based on that, I said, well, maybe we'll check it out. And I discussed it last night with the viewers on the late stream, and they seem to be under the impression it would be something good to do. Now, here's the awesome thing. As you know, I have had a resurgence, more popularity, and more support than I've had in many years in the last 3 months. And that continues to this day. Every day, look at the streak. We're at 31, right? It's amazing. Because of this, I finally have flexibility. On a whim, I could say, let's try a new game and actually just buy the game and play it. Remember, it didn't used to be like that. It used to be, I was like penny pinching and week to week desperately hoping for tips to buy groceries and stuff. We're not like that anymore. Thankfully, thank you so much. My family can have flexibility. The business can have flexibility. And it's because of you and your ongoing support. You're seeing the direct results of your support changing the content and the flexibility of what I can do on stream. So on a whim, I said, can we buy it? It's $30. Let's get it. Let's do it. Got it. So today, we're trying out A Quiet Place. We'll see if it's good. If it's not good, no big deal. It was only $30, and we can move on and do something else. Maybe tomorrow we will go back to Dragon Ball or something like that. Somebody suggested you could do a one-off stream of Dead by Daylight. We could do that. You see, I have that flexibility now because I'm not strapped for cash. So thank you guys. This is, I think, what you guys have always wanted. All the time, people, why don't you just do a stream where you play a bunch of random games? Because I can't afford it. Why don't you just buy this game that just came out at spur of the moment? Because I can't afford it. Now, that's not an issue anymore. Yes. Yes. The applause emo on Kick right now. Applause emo. I'm so happy, man. I mean, you have no idea the weight off my shoulders that I don't have to worry every single day about, oh my God, did I make tips today and stuff like that. It is such a different feeling. It's a happy feeling. It's relieving. No more of that pressure, that stress, on my back. It's very nice. So thank you. And by the way, this is thanks to everyone. This is thanks to YouTube viewers. This is thanks to Kick viewers. This is thanks to my longtime viewers who've been here for a long time. It's thanks to newer viewers that have come over in the last 2 to 3 months. It's everyone's efforts come together have put me into a much better life situation, and I really appreciate that. So thank you. It's also thanks to the people who bought some merch on darksidephil.shop, like this amazing 2-sided level 1 podcast mug. And by the way, like I said, I will talk to the merch people about getting some new merch the next month or two to wear on stream, because now I'm actually wearing long sleeve stuff. So maybe I could wear like a nice sweatshirt or a hoodie or something like that to show you the quality of that stuff, right? There you go. Okay. So anyway, yeah. So today we're checking out A Quiet Place. I don't know if it's good. We'll find out together. I've heard mixed reviews. Some people seem to really like it. Others are like, meh. So we'll see together if it's worth our time or not. Hopefully it's good, And of course, tonight on the late stream, it's going to be WWE Champions continuing on. It's the midweek event on Wednesday. They always do a special midweek event with new loot, with tours and special things. I don't even know what it is today. I don't know if it's a blitz or a tour or a showdown. They do something midweek usually. So that should be fun tonight. More zombies fun on the late stream, 7 p.m. Pacific time on both YouTube and Kick. Tomorrow, we'll continue on with A Quiet Place, unless it sucks, in which case we'll just do a one-off stream of either like Dragon Ball or Dead by Daylight. Tomorrow night, it's up in the air because it was going to be some kind of maybe fighting game. And I don't know. Should it be Street Fighter 6 again? Should it be the Marvel collection? I'm not sure. I want to talk with you guys about that today. What do you guys think? Last night I played with Dalzim in Street Fighter 6 for the first time. Get this, in 2 months. Yeah, I checked, and I haven't played Street Fighter 6 Master Ranked or anything like that in 2 months. So I started playing, and admittedly, I was very rusty. I was not doing very well. Then I started to get back to the hang of it, the swing of it, and come back. But then I started to play opponents that literally have learned new pattern play. And what do I mean by that? I basically mean that in the 2 months that I haven't been playing Street Fighter 6, they've been using characters and learning new flowing patterns that they don't need a brain to execute. So it's not like, oh, I'm going to consciously try to trap this person and react to what they do. It's watch that flowchart that I studied online that I copied from someone. And then they just do it over and over and over. So if they hit you with it, you lose. If you find a way to avoid it, they lose. And that's really what it was. It was like a 50-50 deal. If you want to understand what I'm saying, I won 25 matches and I lost 21. That's almost a 50-50 perfect split. Because it's like a 50-50 when you're doing flowchart play. Now if I had consistently kept playing Street Fighter, I never took the break that I did there, probably they wouldn't be beating me. I would know the flowcharts and be able to stop them. But it's all new shit now. Like, seriously, there's several things. There was something with Bison, Harry Bogard, and who was the other character? Oh, Ed. There were 3 different flowcharts that they were using on me, and I was like, I've never seen this before. Like, I don't know what how to interrupt it or where the opening is, because I've never seen this particular pattern over and over before. So, basically, I'm curious, like, what should I do? Maybe if I play again tomorrow night, I pick Blanca, right? Who's probably my best character. Or maybe not. Maybe you could argue that Bison's my best character. I don't know. I could also pick Honda or Bison. But I don't know. And here's what I mean about that. So last night, Street Fighter 6, first time playing it in months, okay? Basically, on the YouTube side, I had some decent support. I'd say I raised like 50, 60 bucks on the YouTube side between super chats and stuff like that. I had no support whatsoever from Kick. 0. No subs. And that's the first stream ever that I streamed on Kick that I had 0 support. And I had me scratching my head because people had led me to believe that because no one really streamed Street Fighter on Kick, that I would actually get a new audience. Like, people might be looking for those games. Like, oh, look, someone's playing Street Fighter on Kick, and then they would come by and check it out. Not at all. All right, basically, it was my usual viewers only split, somewhere on YouTube, somewhere on Kick. The people on YouTube were supporting. The people on Kick literally did not. And then one person came in at the very end and gave a giant tip, and then we hit the goal. So, what this is leading me to believe is that there's going to be some days on Kick where people are going to be very generous, and there's going to be some days where it's going to be completely dead. And I guess that's fine as long as it balances out. But I was hoping in this week and a half that I've co-streamed on Kick that I was going to gain a new audience and get new people, and it doesn't seem like that's happening. It seems like all I've done is split my existing audience. People on Kick aren't looking for the kind of video game content that I'm putting out, right? That's what it seems like to me anyway. Perhaps there would be an audience over time. If I stick with it, if I stay dedicated, if I keep doing the dual streaming, maybe I will build up that dedicated audience on Kick for gaming, right? It could happen. In addition, I'm sure there's going to be content on Kick that may eventually work long term. So, for example, allow me to lead this into my next topic here. We've been talking about how I'm going to end my short form react show, DSP versus the internet, in November. I'm going to do 3 more episodes of it, okay? And then after that, we're going to do other kinds of content. I want to do long form reacting. That's what we've been talking about, right? Well, what if I stream my long form react streams exclusively on Kick? What if we figure out a way to make it so that on Kick, there's some kind of incentive or there's some kind of interaction where the people on Kick can kind of hang in there or participate and maybe, I'm not sure. But that's what I'm thinking. Like, it should be streamed exclusively on Kick. That way you get that exclusive content for Kick that's not co-streamed. That makes it feel like, everything's all on the same thing. So that's what it is right now. That basically, since everything is on both sites, there's nothing too special about Kick besides crazy good emotes and a more interactive chat. But what's the other benefit, right? So maybe if I start doing those exclusive on Kick, we'll get an audience for that, right? Now, here's another thing. This is something that we thought about doing on YouTube. We did it a little bit. My haters gave me crap for it. But ladies and gentlemen, it just dawned on me this morning. How about this? You ready for this? This Friday, we start Call of Duty wagers on Kick. You know, the site that's supposed to be for, like, wagering. So what do I mean by that? Let's say, for example, people start making challenges for when I play Call of Duty starting this Friday. For example, Phil, go knife only this match and get 15 kills, and I will gift you a certain amount of subs to your community. Right? This is the kind of stuff that we were doing on YouTube, and then my haters were like, you're being an asshole, and you can't do that. Well, guess what? On Kick, no one gives two shits. On Kick, that's, you know, the kind of content that people like, right? The stakes. They want stakes. They want wagers. They want something like that to happen. So I'd be okay with that. Listen, I like challenges. We were doing that years ago with the Call of Duty games, and it was very fun. It was. So I think that would be something fun to do and do these kind of challenges. Now, of course, to do that, we have to have people on Kick who actually are willing to back that, right? It would be like, okay, so if Phil makes top 3 on the leaderboard, I'll gift him a sub. If Phil wins the match, right? He's actually the top on the leaderboard, I'll gift 5 subs, right? That would be awesome. But I don't know if people are going to buy into that. That's more on the Kick community. For those of you watching me on Kick, would you buy into that? Would you like that idea? Is that something that sounds interesting to you? I'd be willing to challenge myself, you know, and do different things. Do, you know, use this particular gun, use only handguns, right? Use the knife, you know, get a certain amount of this kind of kill, win this match on the leaderboard, yada, yada. Like, I would do that, okay? Now, of course, we have to also look at people who we can trust. It's not just going to be, oh, some guy I never heard of jumps into the chat and says it. Has to be people there who are kind of regulars. And already, like, take a look at the Kick chat this morning. We've got a ton of regulars already. And just in the week and a half I've been streaming on Kick, there's people who like Kick and are watching me on Kick every day. And, of course, by the way, I should bring this up. The hierarchy of support on Kick has shifted. For the first week, the top sub-gifter was Void. And they had over 140 gifted subs over there. And they retained that top spot. Well, as of yesterday, Darkside Pimp has overtaken them. Now it looks like Void is at 175 gifted subs, but Darkside Pimp is at 178. So Darkside Pimp has taken up the top spot of support on Kick. So we got a little competition going on. Will Void try to catch up, or will Darkside Pimp stay on top over there? Now, in the meantime, Rend is giving them a run for their money because Rend gifted a bunch yesterday, and Rend just gifted 5 subs to the community over on Kick. So thank you so much, Rend. That's our first contribution of the day. Let's get that up on the leaderboard. Is it 324? 324. I have to remember that. Rend 324. But, oh, it would help if I actually pressed the number 5. 5 subs over on Kick, and that gets us to $25 in support so far this morning. Thank you so much. Thank you, Rend, for the support. I really appreciate that, okay? So, this is just some ideas that I'm having. You know, for example, with the live reacting stuff that I'm planning on doing for long-form stuff, maybe we could stream that exclusively on Kick and see how it does. Maybe we could find a way to have Kick viewers have incentive in those events. For the Call of Duty stuff, wagering, challenging me to perform well in Call of Duty, and then rewarding me if I do it, and then laughing at me and pointing fingers that I failed if I don't. I think putting stakes on it actually is exciting. It makes it, is Phil going to do it? Can he do it? Can he do it? And if I start beasting in the game, people are like, whoa, right? It'd be really cool. I think that would work out well. So I hope you'll be here on Friday for that, everybody. What's up? Good morning, Jade. Jade is here. How you doing? And I received a tip as well. We got a bunch of stuff here. First tip of the day has come in. It's a $1.21 tip. Someone's saying, oh, this is hilarious. It's basically just a troll. But I'm gonna entertain it. They're like, have you considered hair loss medicine? Your hairline is receding. No, I don't need it. First of all, the only hair that I'm really losing is right here, and it's basically been like that for 10 years. If you go back in time 10 years and you look at me 10 years ago, my hairline was almost identical. It's very slow. It's happening, but it's very, very slow. It's not a big deal. I'm going to age gracefully. Just like I don't dye my beard, I don't dye my hair. I have no plans on doing that. You know, I'm not hiding. I don't need to look like some kind of a 20-year-old stud to stream, okay? I'd rather look my age. But I appreciate the tip that you sent. Thank you for the anonymous $1.21 tip. You know, I'm not ashamed of who I am or who I'm becoming as I get older. There you go. All right. So, just some ideas. You know, we're brainstorming this morning. And so, roughly, here's the schedule for the week. Today, A Quiet Place, WWE Champions. Tomorrow, A Quiet Place, and some kind of fighting game. Maybe Street Fighter 6 Blanca. We'll see. If you guys want the Marvel collection instead, I'd be willing to do that too. I'm open to suggestion. Friday, the big new release day. Call of Duty Black Ops 6 on the first stream. Multiplayer matches. Yes, I'm going to be willing to do kick wagers for that. Let's get that hype moving for release day. And then Friday night, the premiere of Sonic X Shadow Generations. Okay, I'm off on Saturday. Sunday, more Call of Duty and Sonic X Shadow Generations. Monday is React Day. All right, and then we'll go from there because next week I still will be here all week. But I'll set up the schedule for that as we get further into that week. Now, interestingly enough, a lot of people have been asking me, will you play this game? Will you play that game? What about this? What about that? Are you aware? Because I actually looked at this morning, okay? Are you aware that we're almost done with the year when it comes to major releases? So allow me to go through the releases that are remaining for this year. Are you ready for this? So we got Call of Duty and Sonic X Shadow Generations on Friday. Life is Strange: The Double Expanse on October 29th. Dragon Age: The Veilguard on October 31st, which I'm not sure I'm even going to do because people don't seem to want it, and it would be such a huge time commitment, so maybe I'll skip it. I don't know. But, of course, keep in mind that October 31st is my Halloween marathon. All day long, I'll be in costume. All day long, I'll be playing horror-themed games. In fact, we have a poll going right now. Let me find it. Okay. We have a poll going right now over on DSPGaming to determine the order that I'll be playing the games during that event. And as you can see here, allow me to show you. As you can see, I have 3 channels. Okay, that's not what I wanted to show you. Here's the stats as of now, and you can vote. You can continue to vote on this all the way up to Halloween by typing !Halloween into the stream chat on YouTube, or just going to the community tab of the DSP Gaming channel on YouTube as well. All right, so here's the results as of now. Looks like Dino Crisis, I said number TBD, 34%. It looks like we'll be playing Dino Crisis 1, and I'll probably be getting PlayStation Plus Premium in order to play it, which means it's like $20 or something, right? But what can you do? Inscription, Retro Realms double feature, which features both Halloween and Evil Dead, but I'll probably be playing Halloween. I'd like to play as Michael Myers. Fear 1, which looks like I'll be playing it via GOG on my PC. And Fears to Fathom, number TBD. I mean, we can literally just choose that day. The games are small. I can just buy and install it on the podcast that day or whatever. All right? So those are the 5 games we'll be playing. And the standby game is Dead by Daylight. So if anything goes wrong with one of these games, for some reason it won't run, or it's just not working, it's not fun, and we end up skipping it right away, then we can do something different. So thank you to the 776 people who voted so far. Please continue to vote on the poll. Again, all the way through Halloween. But this is what the lineup's looking like, and it looks like we'll be playing Fear 1 first. Okay? Interesting. All right, cool. So that's the Halloween event coming up. I can't wait for that. I'll be in costume playing horror games all day long. Would be a great day for you to just come and hang out, whether you're on Kick or YouTube. I'm going to be co-streaming it, and that'll be nice. But then after Halloween, we've got the Monster Hunter beta. It's Monster Hunter Wilds beta. This was just announced. I don't know if you guys heard, but this is breaking news, okay? So, just announced this morning, Monster Hunter Wilds is getting an open beta starting on October 31st at 8 p.m. Pacific time, carrying through November 1st. Here's the specifics of it. It is available on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and Steam. Okay? It's early for PS5 Plus. So if you get PS5 Plus, you get exclusive early access on the 28th. On the 28th. So if you have PS5 Plus, you want to play it early, you can. So, so FYI, people are asking me, will I play this? Answer is yes. Yes, I'm going to try this for a stream. I have absolutely no clue if it will work, but I'm going to try it for a stream. If you remember, I tried the beta of Monster Hunter Worlds many years ago, and everyone crapped on it and said this game is no good and didn't want to see me play it, so I never did. I want to try it. I want to give this a shot. I want to see how it runs on PC, first of all. Like, that's going to be a test in itself. How does it run? Is it graphically great? But then I want to test it out for you guys. And I want to see how it goes. You know, I think it's going to be great. And hopefully you guys will check it out when I play it. All right? So that's going to be between Halloween and the 3rd of November. I'll be doing that for a stream. Okay? Then after that, on November 7th, there's the Mario and Luigi Brothers game. I don't know exactly what it's called, but it's a Switch exclusive. Then there is Slitterhead on November 8th, and I am interested in that. There's a Dragon Quest 3 remake on the 14th of November. I don't know if I'm going to play that or not. Microsoft Flight Sim is coming out November 19th. That I'm actually very excited for, and you want to know why? That is going to, first of all, look amazing because it's brand new, and playing it on PC, I think it's going to be like photorealistic, flying all over the world. When I played Flight Simulator years ago, we loved it because people were like, fly this place, fly to this place. And as we were watching these things from the sky, we would have fun conversations, interaction. It was like a chill hangout session while also we were doing tourism and flying all over the world. I think it's going to be the same here. Now, I'm not saying that this is going to last like a long time, but imagine that where we're flying around, we're having a good time, we're chilling out, we could do stuff together. It's going to be fun, all right? So I'm actually excited for Flight Simulator coming up in mid-November. Then we've got Stalker 2 on November 20th, which is a yes or no. I'm not sure yet. But then a lot of stuff is coming out December this year. Marvel Rivals, the Indiana Jones game, okay, which usually December's dead. But outside of the stuff I just mentioned, that's it. So I want you to think about that. There's really almost no blockbuster games coming out between now and the end of the year. What? Like, that's so odd to me. Because usually around this time of year, you would have all your giant games coming out. And you're looking at the schedule, like, there's actually not that much this year. It's actually kind of, like, weird in that regard. And I'm wondering if there's going to be, look at this idiot. If there's going to be not that many games, a lot of people have been asking me, what's going to be your game of the year? I honestly don't even know. This is going to be maybe one of my toughest years to actually do my year-end series. Because I feel like 2024 was overall one of the most underwhelming gaming years that I've ever seen in the 16 years I've been a YouTuber. It was just slow. Games came out that were just underwhelming and not that great. Like last year, you can say, what were the big ones? Well, you had Resident Evil 4 remake. That was a huge blockbuster early on, right? And then you could look over the year. Okay, this big one, this big one. This year's like, what were the big ones? You know, I don't even know. The freaking DLC for Elden Ring, probably. I mean, what else? Silent Hill 2 remake? Yeah. What else? Right? So, this was a weird year, to say the least. And so I'm curious what's going to happen. You know, here's the good news, is that I'm very busy. As you know, I have so many things to do and so many things to juggle. You guys like me playing all different kinds of games. And on top of that, I'm doing other stuff. Like I said, I got this idea. I want to do this long form react show. We got all kinds of interesting happening. For me, it's not a concern. This maybe used to be a concern for me. Oh no, there's not a lot of big games coming out. What am I going to play? It's actually not like that anymore. And that's a good thing. Like, I'm happy that people like me and my variety of content enough that it doesn't really matter what I'm doing or playing. They're having fun, right? But gaming as a whole this year, disappointment overall, I would say. I'm shocked that there was never really a big game that was like, wow, everyone collectively wants to play it together and is talking about it. Didn't really happen this year, you know? So I guess we'll see next year what happens. You know, a lot of people are under the impression 2025 is going to be a huge year for games. I guess we'll have to see. Okay, we got a shout out here. I received a $1 tip Would I ever do auction merch signed by you for your fans like a Christmas incentive? Never really thought about that. I don't even know who would be interested in that. Would anyone be interested if I had a piece of merch? Like, let's say I had a t-shirt that I bought off of my own merch store and I signed it and we did some kind of a contest or something to give it out. Would anyone be interested in that? And how would we even go about it, right? I guess we'd have to think about, like, how would you go about that? I don't know. What do you guys think? Would anyone be interested in that? How would it work? Like, how would we set it up so everyone has, like, a fair shot at doing it? I don't know. So anyway, thanks for the $1 tip. I mean, it's not really something I've thought about because there really hasn't been demand for it. You know what I mean? If anyone had an idea of how to make that happen or why, how to set it up, I have to think about that, right? Okay. So how are we doing today? Let's take a look. On YouTube, we've got 250 viewers and climbing, 46 likes. Let's get that to 50 likes, guys. By the way, I think they finally fixed YouTube. Remember I was telling you guys over the last few days, you were contributing on YouTube, but nothing was counting. It wasn't adding up. Now it looks like they fixed it. Whatever line of code they broke, remember they changed something on YouTube, so now the view bars were going pink and stuff. It looks like they fixed it, right? So if you guys contribute on YouTube with a super chat, I'll let you know if it works. But no one has yet. But whoever's the first super chatter of the day, I'll let you know if they've actually fixed the system. And I can actually track, again, how my streams are doing, because I haven't been able to do that for 2 days because they broke the whole thing, as usual, right? All right, so anyway, we're at 50 likes. Look at that. Immediately, we got 50 likes. Thank you guys for that. If you are on YouTube and enjoying the stream so far, please give it a like. Let's get it to 100 likes. How are we doing on Kick this morning? The usual. We usually have, on average, around 40 to 50 viewers on Kick, and that's what we've got again this morning. So thanks for hanging out with me on Kick. Thanks very much to Rend for the gifted subs over there so far. So currently, we are at $27 in contributions. Thank you so much for that. And today, we want to get to 32, right? We want to hit goal number 32. Think about that. 31 straight streams. We've been hitting the goals. Crushing my trolls, man. It's amazing. Think about that. That's so cool. That's been like over 2 weeks, and we're still going. So thank you all for that very, very, very much. Remember, yesterday we were thinking about ideas. What can I do for the celebratory idea on Friday? And we said, well, we'll do this. We will probably get this sub from Firehouse Subs, the Thanksgiving turkey sub, which is sliced turkey with stuffing and mayo and cranberry sauce. I've never had anything like that before. So we could do that as a live taste testing. A new DSP tries it on Friday. I have no idea if it'll be good or not, but it's something to try, something different, right? So that'll be fun to do. And what we'll do, just like the last 2 weeks, if this streak continues throughout the week, it would be 36. Today would be 32, 33, then 34, 35 tomorrow, and then 36 will be the day stream on Friday. And once we hit it, boom, we're going to go right and order the sub, and it'll be delivered, and we'll do a live DSP tries it of the sub, and we'll see how it goes, okay? Now, my goal ultimately, my overall goal, is to hit 42 straight streams. You might say, well, why 42 straight streams? Because last time that we had a crazy streak of support, it hit 41 straight streams. I want to top that. I want to show everyone that the momentum continues, that people like the content, they're supporting it in droves. I want that streak to keep going. So please support the streams today. Let's make it happen, right? Let's hit the goals. Let's keep it going. Let's get to 42 and have a new record, right? All right. Orcs or Dorks, 41 months as a member, says 41 months accounting. Thank you so much, Orcs or Dorks, for the ongoing support. Jay says, I love to see a T-Rex in Dino Crisis. Is there a T-Rex? There is, right? I think there is a T-Rex early on in Dino Crisis. I know it's those Velociraptor things that are annoying at the beginning, though, if I remember correctly. Patrick with a $5 super chat saying, let's hit the goals, Philomaniacs. Host a Call of Duty lobby when it releases, Phil. I very well might. I might actually do a Call of Duty lobby. We'll see. Probably not the first stream, though, but I definitely would think that I would like to set that up so that maybe we could have a lobby that viewers can join and we could all kind of play together. Of course, keep in mind the trolls are also going to try to hijack that. We'd have to figure out how to make it work. By the way, YouTube didn't fix it. It's still broken. It says chat revenue 0, even though I got that super chat. It says chat. Oh, wait. It just updated as I said that. What the hell? Yo, that's so delayed. So Patrick did that like 2-3 minutes ago, and it just counted. Dude, it's so weird, man. I don't know what's going on over there. But anyway, all right. Thank you, Patrick. First super chat of the day. Let's get that up on the leaderboard. But now wait, look what I did. I put it in the wrong spot. So Ren should be over here. And then Patrick should be right here. There we go. So we are currently at $32 of support and climbing today, everyone. Thank you. Let's get some more going. Let's get some super chats. Let's get a tip, right? Let's get a tip. We only have one tip this morning. So let's get a tip in there, and let's get the momentum in the right direction, okay? Cool. Scrubby Wi-Fi YouTube revenue. Yes, they have bad Wi-Fi. It takes several minutes to update. Okay. So, I mean, we're going through all these various topics today, right? Want to do another one? Let's do another random news story, shall we? Take a look at this one. I wasn't expecting to read this one this morning. Where are we? So, over at Ubisoft, Rayman Remake is currently in development. That's correct. They're actually going to rejuvenate Rayman, which hasn't been seen since Rayman Legends. Remember Rayman Legends, which was like over a decade ago, and it was a big debacle because Ubisoft made it a Wii U exclusive, which they totally should have never done, and it flopped as a Wii U exclusive. Then eventually they had to port it to all consoles, but it was a big sales flop for them because they screwed up the launch. So FYI, earlier this year, you may have played a game or heard of a game called Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown. This was a side-scrolling homage to classic Prince of Persia games. It featured modernized graphics, but a retro feel, a good amount of content, and it was actually very well rated by media outlets. They said it was a great game. Guess what? It flopped huge. Almost no one bought it. I was actually interested in it. I was legit interested in it, and then got caught up in other stuff and never played it. So most people seems to have been in the same situation where they just never kind of got around to it, and it flopped. So they disbanded the team, and they split them up, and now they've got them working on this. It was yesterday the news broke that the Prince of Persia Lost Crown team was disbanded, but Insider Gaming is saying that Prince of Persia team members have migrated to a Rayman remake. They're calling it Project Steambot, but no one knows what that means. They're also saying, listen to this, the creator of Rayman is in place as a consultant, but a lot of people don't like him for some reason. Michel Ansel? I don't know who that is. They're basically saying that he's some kind of a toxic leadership issue. A French news outlet broke this in 2020 or something like that. I don't know. But oddly enough, and this I think is the most weird thing about this article, elsewhere, other developers have pivoted to work on Beyond Good and Evil 2. What? They're Beyond Good and Evil 2? They're still making that? For real? Like, why? No, really, like, I have to ask, like, why are they making that? Is anyone going to play it? I mean, it was exciting news 10 years ago that they were making Beyond Good and Evil 2. It's 2024 now. Like, at some point, you have to understand when you took too long for a game to develop and be out, no one really gives a shit. Like, I played Beyond Good and Evil, the HD version, I think over a decade ago, didn't I? Like, when did I play it? Does anyone even remember? Here it is.
What is going
I played it July 14th, 2011. July 14th, 2011 is when I played Beyond Good and Evil HD, right? So maybe like then someone might have been interested to see this game come out. You know what I'm saying? But can you imagine Beyond Good and Evil 2 coming out today? Who would care? By the way, I wonder when the original game came out. Like, what was the original release date?
What's going on, everyone? DSP here with a surprise. I did not announce that I was going to be doing this game, but I have a little bit of downtime until the next retail releases come out. And I said, you know what? There's a couple things I've been weighing in my head that I might or might not play. And this just happened to be one of them. I just didn't have time to play it when it came out. But, yeah, surprise. Beyond Good and Evil HD. That's right, Beyond Good and Evil, the puzzle platformer style game that came out in the first half of the 2000s. And, you know.
I was hoping it was going to have, like, the date at the bottom of the screen, but it didn't. So, I mean, the game itself is over 20 years old, correct? Right? I played the HD remake in 2011 when it was less than 10 years old. They announced this Beyond Good and Evil 2 in, like, what was it, like 2015 or something like that? (2008) It was announced as being a prequel at E3 2017. Oh my, here. Oh my lord. Anyway, this just sounds crazy to me that Ubisoft is basically going back now. So they realize that the games that they're putting out there, like Assassin's Creed, aren't working anymore. Right? Excuse me. Yeah, Assassin's Creed is what I meant to say. What was it? Shadows? Yeah. These games aren't cutting it anymore, right? So what they're doing is they're literally going back to their roots. We're going to make another Rayman game, but it's a remake. Finally, we're going to make Beyond Good and Evil 2. And the other thing, Ghost Recon, I thought that franchise was dead. Just being honest, I thought they'd given up. Really. Because I just don't think that, like, anyone cares about Ghost Recon. What was the last one that came out? And it flopped, right? I can't remember what game it was, but poor Tom Clancy. At this point, Tom Clancy, he's, you know, he just wants to be dead. You know what I mean? Stop using his name in games. Stop it. Just stop right now. It's so ridiculous. The poor guy. Can we just let him rest in peace and stop digging him up every few years for a shitty Ghost Recon game? Anyway. Yeah, that was a random news story about Ubisoft I thought you'd be interested in this morning. Cool. Is that it? Yeah, that's all I had to talk about for news today. Okay, cool. All right. So here's the deal. I think I've pretty much covered the topics that I wanted to discuss today. We talked about, we talked about my idea to try to do exclusive streams of these long-form reacts coming up. We talked about, wagering on Kick for Call of Duty, which was my idea, right? And we talked about how I was disappointed with the Lake House and that we're playing a Quiet Place today. We talked about a lot of things. I think, yeah, I think we're good. I think we covered all the topics. So what I would say now is, for a rare occasion, we haven't done this in a while, let's actually open up both stream chats to open Q&A for like a half an hour. Let's see what people want to talk about. Please tag me in the chat at DSPGaming on YouTube or at DSPGaming Real on Kick. And let's see what you guys want to chat about. If you have any questions or anything you have to suggest, if you contribute, I'll give you a shout out for your contribution, okay? Good morning to No See Real Vibes. Am I going to play Call of Duty with us? Like I said, initially, no. What I'd like to do is do several streams where I'm playing the game for myself. I'm learning. I'm unlocking all the weapons. Eventually, maybe I would do some community nights where we try to find, like, a lobby where people can join. But I'm not going to be doing that immediately. But it is a possibility. Which costume am I going to wear while eating the sub? Nothing. I don't have a firefighter costume, so I can't eat a firehouse sub in costume. I'm sorry. Joeloft, whether or not I vote in the elections in America, who I vote for is none of anyone's business. I'm not a political guy. If I was, I probably would talk about it, but it's just not something I'm going to talk about on my stream. Sorry. What about a drinking stream as a reward goal? That would depend on what you mean by a drinking stream, Don's Doom. Typically, when I do one of these marathons, okay, I do have some booze. Like during the Halloween event, I likely will have some shots of something, maybe some tequila or gin or something like that. I don't know. Those are usually the days I drink on stream. I don't drink on stream otherwise. So, that'll be up to you guys. I don't know what you mean though. Like, I don't know exactly what you mean. There's been times when I was like, hey, if I get $100 contribution, I'll do a shot live right now. And I've done stuff like that before. Would I have penalties if you don't completely wager? Like, remove the time to chat for the stream. What does that even mean? What is the time to chat? I don't know what you mean. No, there is no problem with a rogue mod. You can stop right now. That baloney. No, I don't have a pilgrim costume sitting around. So it's surely you have a full pilgrim costume to look like one of the Puritans to eat this Thanksgiving meal sub from Firehouse Subs. Of course. But don't you know all Americans actually have a full pilgrim costume in their home just in case for such an occasion? I could actually just whip it right out of my closet right now. Every American has this, right? Oh my goodness. The villain says, what about Another Crab's Treasure? It was a very solid game for a Game of the Year contender. Yeah, sure. It was definitely one of my favorite modes our favorite games of the year. Time between messages? What's the time between messages on Kick? 10 seconds? It's not a lot, but it stops the spam. Keep in mind, the spam is out of control, right? If we don't do that. When I do a horror thing, Royal Rumble. Nah, we're not doing WWE gaming stuff this year. We're not. Maybe eventually I'll get back into it, but not right now. Did I try Halloween candies on the stream? I don't know. I don't have any Halloween candy. I don't know if there's anything you guys would be interested in seeing me do. If you suggested candies that I could go get or order and have them on time for Halloween, maybe I would do that during the Halloween marathon if you're interested. Jade says, I'd like to see Jasper. Jasper Kitty is laying on the floor in front of me relaxing right now. He has not been... He was hyper earlier. He was running around. But as I started the show, he calmed down, and now he's just completely relaxing on the floor. Right, Jasper Kitty? Hello. How are you, buddy? How are you doing today? He's just looking at me cute. Jasper boy, everyone wants to hear how you're doing today on stream because you haven't come on camera. You want to come on camera? Come on up on here and let's have everyone see ya. Come on. Come up here. Come up here, Jasper. He won't come up here because I want him to. That's what he does. He refuses to do what I ask. Okay. That's true. So I'm getting some different suggestions about Call of Duty. First of all, Void is asking, how would the Call of Duty wagers work? What we used to do, it would be like, so we're about to start a game. You guys will lay down a criteria. Like, let's say, for example, the wager is, all right, Phil has to be top 3 on the leaderboard for this match. And if he does, I'll give 5 subs. Right? So now I have to work really hard to do my absolute best. Here he is. I have to work really hard to do my absolute best to make top 3. Or you can say, hey, do a knife-only challenge run. You can only kill people with the knife this game. And if you get 15 knife kills, I'll give the sub. Right? Those are the kind of wagers we used to do. Only it wasn't subs. It was YouTube-related contribution. But we stopped doing that years ago because my trolls were like, that's kind of gray area. That might be against YouTube's terms of service. Well, guess what? It ain't against Kicks. So we could do that kind of stuff on Kick. I think that would be pretty awesome. Making me do well, and if I do well, get rewarded. But if I don't do well, then I don't get the reward, and it's on me because I sucked, right? Now, Rend said, one thing that I could do is set it up so that the top sub-contributors for the week could play with you. We could, but the question is, how do I contact the top sub-contributors? Like, just for example, the top sub-contributor on Kick right now is Darkside Pimp. Now, how in the heck do I get Darkside Pimp's contact information so that I can actually contact him about setting up and if he wants to play with me, right? Like, I don't have that. There's none of that doesn't exist, correct? Like, right now, if I was like, well, contact me. Well, 400 people could contact me and pretend to be Darkside Pimp. How do I verify that, right? So I'm not sure how to do it. we'd have to figure out a valid way to do it, you know? Anyone could just lie. That's the problem. No, Jasper does not like costumes. He hates them. Put it in their kick about profiles. What does that mean? A kick about profile? How do you see that? I'm going. Okay, I went over here. About. I don't know. I don't know what you mean. I don't know how that would work. How do I go back? Are you kidding? Now I'm on this channel. And now I can't get back to my own? How do I go back? What the hell? Back. Okay. All right, let me refresh now. I should have never clicked that. I screwed up my whole thing here. Okay, now it's working again. Good. Okay. What's up, King Michael? Good morning. Any chance for a Tolomeo Monster Hunter collab? Well, I want to try this beta. All right. Next week. Well, it's about a week away, right? A little over a week away. I want to try this beta. I want to see what I think about it. All right. I want to judge for myself and go from there. If I like it, if you like it, then I consider playing it and I buy the game. Then maybe I would contact them and be like, hey, would you ever be interested? But I don't know. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if I even want to play it. I don't know if it's going to work. You know, I was interested in Monster Hunter World and it just didn't work. People didn't even want to see the beta stream. So I don't know. Yes, A Quiet Place is a survival horror game. Yeah, I know. Monster Hunter is a good game for, like, people to play together. If you have, like, a crew that can get into the game and they support each other and everyone's, like, a specialist to certain builds and stuff, I think it's a really fun game. But that's the catch is I don't really play games like that, right? I don't really play, like, crew-based games. So that's why I haven't really been able to enjoy them. Give him a refill here. Drink. No, McDonald's hasn't done anything special recently. They got that chicken Big Mac, but they haven't done any tie-ins or anything this month. You know, Burger King did one, Wendy's did one. Jack in the Box is doing one with that stupid mummy wrap monster taco, which is disgusting. But no, McDonald's did not do anything. Now you see, and that's the thing, like, someone just said, what about Kino Casino? They're never going to join me for a long game. You understand that? Like, that's the kind of thing, if we want to have a one-off night where we play a game for a few hours and it's kind of fun and silly, that's what it is. It's not, oh, we're going to play a game that's like 80 hours and we're somehow going to commit, tons of streams to doing this. That's not their primary content. They're not going to commit to that, right? That's very silly. So the Mummy Taco did not look amazing. The Mummy Taco at McDonald's looks disgusting. It's really nasty. And it's like, the regular taco is like 170 calories. The Mummy Monster Taco is like 600 calories because of the cheese. Forget that. Yeah, I'm gonna talk to them if they want to do some Call of Duty stuff. Like whether they just want to do some lobbies where they join and we play together, or we do zombies or something. I mean, I'll see what they want to do, you know? Left 4 Dead? Yeah, I'm shocked to know that Left 4 Dead still works. Left 4 Dead is still good to this day. I would still play Left 4 Dead 1 or 2. If they're on PC and they work, I would play them. Those are great games. Void says, the users who want to play with you can put their information in their about. I mean, I guess you could do that, but what would it be? Your email? Because then couldn't someone just spoof your email, which is pretty easy to do? Just saying. You have to Void. You have to understand. I know you're relatively new to my content, right? My detractors are such no-life losers. They would go out of their way to try to screw with any kind of event like that. You have to understand. They would actually, even if it's like takes a long time and it's complicated to do, they would do that. They would make dummy profiles. They would spoof emails. They would do messed up stuff to ruin an event like that. They've done it before, you know? They're just that messed up to that level of insanity. So we'd have to find a way to make one of these like private lobby setup things work foolproof, and I'm not sure how to do that. I don't even know what you mean by an Activision ID. Oh, now this is getting so complicated. So now you're talking about Activision ID, which is the Activision side account, correct? I don't even know what my Activision ID is for Call of Duty. I have no clue. Nozomi Toho says, what about an idea of building a small Lego set as like a chill stream and then making it part of your setup? That I've actually talked about that. Remember a few months ago we were talking about doing something like that? I said I could do it right here. We have a better webcam now. So I could set this webcam up to be like on this table here, and I could build a Lego and talk with you guys while we do it as like a chill stream. Like, that might be interesting. Certainly something different to do, right? Lego nights with Phil. Which sub-franchise, in my opinion, is the best? On a Firehouse, Jersey Mike's, Jimmy John's, or Potbelly? Jimmy John's is the worst. Jimmy John's is essentially Subway, but not as bad. But they're still like Subway. So here's the thing. I like Jersey Mike's because I like their fresh hot subs. Like the fact that they make those chicken cheesesteaks and fresh cheesesteaks. Those are amazing. But Firehouse, if you were talking like overall sub quality, I think Firehouse is like outstanding. So I'd say between those, probably between Firehouse and Jersey Mike's. And I would say if you're getting a warm sub, Jersey Mike's. If you're getting a cold sub, Firehouse. There you go. Just a forewarning, A Quiet Place, The Road Ahead might scare me. Oh, no. I'd be scared during a horror game? God forbid. Oh, no. Do they? I mean, until Jersey Mike's has a unique vinaigrette sauce. I didn't know they had anything unique. So, by the way, guys, we're at 63 likes on YouTube. Guys, let's get that up to 100 likes on today's podcast, shall we? Let's hit 100 likes on the show. And on Kick, currently 57 viewers and actually climbing. We got some more viewers. Thanks for that. Guys, let's get some support. We're currently at $32 in support out of the 150 goal. We obviously want to keep that momentum rolling. We want to hit 32 today. So let's see what we can do. Let's get a new tip. The top tip is $1. Let's get better than that. Let's get a tip in. Let's get some super chats in. The super chat we got today was $5. Let's get some subs over on Kick. We got 5 gifted subs so far today. Let's get some momentum rolling. I've never had the Firehouse cheesesteak. Is it good? Would I wear the Sonic hat for the Sonic premiere? If we hit the goal, sure. We'll hit the goal and I'll put on the Sonic hat. How about that? On that night, for Shadow Cross Sonic Generations or Sonic Cross Shadow Generations, whatever the hell it is, if we hit the goal, I'll put on my Sonic hat. Here you go. The smoked brisket is amazing. See, I tend to stay away from the red meats for good reason. I'm getting older. Red meats are not as good for me. I have a disease where if I eat too much red meat or shellfish or I drink too much, I get overload of uric acid in my body, which causes my joints to swell up and being insanely painful because crystals build in it. So I have to stay away from stuff like that. So typically when I order like a sandwich, I wouldn't get like a heavy red meat sandwich like a brisket. Yeah, that's true. Call of Duty now has its own launcher and its own suite of stuff. What's dumb is that I actually had to buy, well, not buy, I had to download Modern Warfare 3 in order to play the Black Ops 6 beta a couple months ago. I don't know why, because I'm not playing Modern Warfare 3. It sucks. You know, I was actually like, what the hell? Why do I have to do this? That was really weird that way they go about it now with their whole, they have to, it's like downloading a separate app for it and shit. Suffa Horse has gifted 2 subs to the community. Thank you so much, Suffa Horse, for 2 subs over on Kick. That gets us up to $42 in support today. Thank you, thank you. What happens if you get more subs than those following? Then it just doubles and triples up. So, for example, you might notice some people in chat, it's rare, but some people in chat have a silver crown. That's because they were already gifted 2 months of subs. Yeah, that's why, because I mean, I just started with the sub program a week ago. So how could they have a silver crown? That's 2 months of sub. They were gifted 2 months of sub, so they earned the crown early. Can I upload a logo with me and Jasper? I don't have one. That's just Jasper. That picture is just Jasper. That's not me. I did early on have a picture of me and Jasper together, but I figured you've seen enough of me. You don't need an extra picture of me when I'm here, so let's just put Jasper on there. Yeah, see, Scandelabra has a silver crown because they somehow have a 2-month sub. Bonos Tecmo says he had a Subway the other day. It actually tasted pretty decent. What do you guys think? Subway, is it good anymore? I haven't had a Subway in many years, so I can't speak to it again. You know, I used to hate it. When I was growing up, so okay, my Subway story, for those who haven't heard it yet. I grew up in Bridgeport, Connecticut, 1 block away from the original Subway restaurant, the original location that started it all. It was called Pete's Subs, and they would have local bread from bakeries that was brought in every day. They would cut the meat fresh. They would make the stuff in front of you. The subs would be giant loaded subs. My mom used to get, every Sunday, we would get Pete's Subs, and it was a giant Subway style roll that they would cut a wedge, a triangle wedge out of the top, and they would load it on top. It was a top loaded sandwich. It wasn't side cut like they do now. They top loaded the sandwiches. And she would get tuna. So they would put American cheese, lettuce, slices of tomato, scoop the tuna, and then a ton of pickles on top. That was her favorite sub. And I grew up having some of that and liking it a lot. And then, of course, I started having my own, you know, different things that I would get from there as well. Then Subway grew and expanded. And as they did, they literally changed the entire way that they did all of their food. They made it so that now the bread wasn't fresh anymore. It was pre-made. And all they do is they toss it in the oven to make it rise. They made it so that they don't do the top loader bread anymore. Now it's just a side slit, and they barely put any food in there. They made it so that they no longer cut their meats in-house. Instead, they're cut at a factory somewhere across the country. The meat is pre-packaged and slapped between wax paper and stored for months and months frozen until they finally thaw it out to give it to you on your sandwich and claim like it's fresh. You know what I mean? Like, they used to literally be everything there was fresh and done right in front of you. And it went to, well, we franchised out and mass-produced and grew so much, we just have to completely degrade our food quality down to nothing. And that's where they ended up the last time I ate them, which was 2017, I want to say, was the last time I ate Subway. And I hated it. I thought it was disgusting. So now I've heard Subway has had like this renaissance where they completely redid the business. And now they do cut the meats in front of you again. And they do fresher things. But I haven't been to Subway in 7 years, so I can't attest to if it's any better or not. But I can tell you it was gross. Last time I went there, and they had less. Like, I remember whenever I used to get a Subway sandwich, I would get like the Subway melt, which I think is like turkey, ham, bacon, and they melt cheese on it. And I would get it with like those tasty, tangy peppers. Not the banana peppers, but the other ones that are like red and green. They're like a sweet pepper. And then they got rid of the sweet peppers. Oh, we don't have those anymore. Like, what? Oh, yeah, we just decided to take it right off the menu for no reason. You can't get that anymore. So I was like, yeah, but it added flavor to the sandwich. Well, they don't care. No, you see, Chicken Bacon Ranch. Silva Horse says Chicken Bacon Ranch was pretty good. I used to like that, except then they changed their chicken to have zero flavor. So basically, it's just bacon ranch because you can't taste the chicken. You might as well not even have it in there. I do like banana peppers. I agree. I think banana peppers are very tasty. Oh, all right. What else you guys want to talk about today? We're all over the place today with the show, but that's fine. Every once in a while, it's good to have a more chill, relaxed show, right? Where we can just kind of hang back and have some conversation. We haven't done one like this in a while, so I'm enjoying myself. What coffee is my favorite? Asks Ren. He says, I got an espresso. It's a game changer. I drink I'll find it. Here it is. This is what I drink. I'll show you. Ah, pop up. Out of my face. This is what I drink. Ready? However you pronounce this. Kawai. I love this coffee. So what it is, it's a blend of Hawaiian and regular coffees together. So it has this acidic bite to it that tastes very different from other coffees that are mostly bitter. This one has this little bit of acidity that other ones don't have. And I drink their really strong one, and I drink the one that has flavor. Let's see. I'll tell you which ones I drink. Let me find them. Damn, they have a lot that I've never tried. Oh, none of these. This one, vanilla macadamia nut. This one's really, really good. I want to try some of these other ones now. Banana nut cream, that sounds good. Caramel crunch, coconut, that sounds good. They have a pumpkin pie. Holy shit. But no, I drink vanilla macadamia nut. This one is really, really good. It has this cool sweetness because of the vanilla, but a little bit of nuttiness too. So I really like that one. But I drink their really dark roast. Let me find it. This one. Their Nepali Coast. I have a cup of Nepali Coast in the morning. That's what coffee I have in the morning. And then after dinner, I have vanilla macadamia nut. So I strongly recommend this coffee. No, I don't get anything out of strongly recommending it. I just think it tastes great. I want to try some of these. I want to try this one, banana cream. That sounds good. I haven't tried their other roasts. I haven't tried Island Sunrise. I haven't tried Mocha Macadamia Nut. I haven't tried Garden Isle. Yeah, I haven't tried any of these. Single serve pods. Oh, yeah. There you go. I buy the multi-pack. And by the way, important to know, guess what? It's good for the environment because unlike other single-serve pods, like I have a Keurig brewer, unlike other single-serve pods, theirs is made with cloth. So it's actually biodegradable. Unlike other ones where you do it and it's all plastic and it just goes right to the trash, plastic in the trash, theirs is this biodegradable thing. So it's actually much better than other companies that do the single-serve pods. Maybe I'll try one of these multi-packs. This might be cheaper than what I buy at the store. I don't know. Oh, they don't have multi-pack. Oh, yes, they do. How much is it? $11? Nah, that's expensive. That's way expensive. $11 for the 12. When it's on sale at the store, I get it for like $6 for a 12-pack. And that's usually how much it is at the store. So, but that's my favorite coffee. I know I've never shown that on stream before, but people have asked me over and over, and I'm like, hey, you know what? I have the ability to actually show you now because I have the setup to do so. Right? Say the word Keurig again. It's Keurig. Is it Keurig? Keurig? I don't know how to pronounce it. Ah. No, I don't have a promo code. I don't get paid by that company to promote their coffee or anything. Okay? I received a $1.23 tip. There's another troll saying, just admit that you have no interest in player lobbies. That's not true. I used to love playing with my viewers. Don't you remember? Most people don't. Over a decade ago, all right, during December, the week of Christmas, I would have a special event. It was called, what was it called? It was called I can't remember what I called it. Was it Viewers Week? Viewers Feedback? Basically what it was, oh, Fan Appreciation Week. That's right. I did Fan Appreciation Week. And the way it worked is, in every single game that had multiplayer of that year, whether it was Call of Duty or Battlefield, whether it was Assassin's Creed or a fighting game like Street Fighter, I would have a week where I would schedule an entire week where every stream would be me playing with viewers. You know, viewer lobbies. And it was hard to do. It was very hard to do because the logistics of having a worldwide fan base and trying to schedule anything is a nightmare. It really is. Like, it's very tough to try to say, hey, someone's in Europe, someone's in Canada, someone's in the West Coast, East Coast, someone's over here in Singapore, and I'm trying to schedule streams around it. Of course, it wasn't streams; it was just sessions of gameplay that I recorded. But it was really tough. It was really, really tough. And then after that, I basically had to stop doing it because the trolls invaded every single lobby. Like, I particularly remember a Battlefield stream that I was doing, and I had legit fans in it, and they were so upset. They were like, Phil, this sucks. Like, more than half the lobby is trolls who are running around, shooting us, teabagging, not playing. And I'm like, I don't know how to fix that. I don't know how to stop it, So, if anyone, if we could figure out a way to do it, I'm down for it. Like I said, I'd be okay with eventually setting up some kind of a lobby to play Call of Duty with viewers, but we got to figure out a way to do it right. Is the coffee fair trade? I have no idea. I really don't care about the politics of my coffee. I just drink it, and I enjoy the flavor, and I enjoy the caffeine that it gives me. I'm not really into, like, don't really go that far. What do I not know how to do right? How to set it up that people who actually want to play will play and not trolls. Like, let's say right now, I set up an open lobby in Call of Duty and I show everyone the name of the lobby. The lobby would be filled within 5 seconds. Now, how many of those people who joined are legit, or are they just going to be trolls running around, fucking around, turning on their mics and talking shit, having names that are disgusting, trying to dox people, trying to fuck with people? You know what I mean? How do I avoid that? And I'm tired of this baloney. Well, every other content creator coordinates all that through Discord. Every other content creator is not Dark Side Phil, who has these insane, deranged, mentally stunted, mentally challenged, unhinged, stalkerish fucking weirdos who go out of their way to try to hurt people associated with them and their content. Do you understand? Jasper, what in the heck are you doing over there? Jasper, what have you done now? What situation have you gotten yourself? Jasper, you all right? What are you doing over there? Why did you go over there? It's gotta be dusty. What did you eat? Is there dust over there? What did you just eat? Oh no. Nobody eat like a hairball. That's not a good place. He went into the crack between my storage ottoman and the wall where all this dust settles. He kind of got half stuck there, and then he jumped out and he's starting smacking his lips. I'm like, oh no, he ate something in there. That's not good. I wonder what he ate. Right? Could Silent Hill 2 be a good movie if done right? Of course. Of course it can. By the way, I see we have a nice wave of trolls have arrived in the Kick chat. There's a bunch of them. Don't eat stuff in the crack over there, buddy. You're gonna get sick. Don't start eating random stuff. Come on. You good kitty. He's obsessed now with the Ottoman, and here's why. So that's where I had the bag of burst treats sitting. And at first he didn't know that they were treats, but then I opened them and I started giving them to him. And now he loves these, and I had them over there, and he kept trying to play, like, knock the bag over, hoping to get them out, and they wouldn't come out. So finally, after doing this, you know, several times this week, I took the burst treats and I put them into the top drawer of my file cabinet, which now he doesn't know. He can't smell them over there or anything. So now he just jumps on the Ottoman and sits in the spot where the burst treats were, thinking they're going to appear. Jasper, the burst treats are not just going to appear. Would you like some burst treats? Would you like some treats? I'll give you some if you want. All right, let's give Jasper Kitty some burst treats. All right, so he'll be happy. I'll get them for him. Now he's all excited. Burst. Gotta open the bag, and the bag is happy. Follow two. He has a tendency, he gets overexcited when we give him a treat, especially if he hasn't had one in a bit, and he just swallows without chewing. But if he does that too much, then he ends up getting a stomach ache and then blah later. So I hope that he's chew those treats. Don't just swallow, chew. Those are good. Those are chicken liver treats. He likes the chicken liver. Oh, no, I haven't talked about Throne in a while. I haven't updated Throne or done anything. Those burst treats are from Throne. That was a fan donated that right off of Throne. And that's how we got those treats to give Jasper Kitty in the mornings that he's in here. So Jasper's very grateful, guys, for the people who got stuff off of Throne. Thank you for that. Right, Jasper Kitty? You like those bursts? There you go. He's smacking his lips. He really liked them. There you go. There's other stuff on Throne if you haven't checked it out. Throne.com/DarkSidePhil. There's two things that we were interested to see if Jasper would like them. Well, one of them is like this weird interactive toy. Not really weird, but oh, I'll show you what we've got him so far. Okay. Got him. What am I doing? Here we go. These springs he loves. The pack was insane. 30 of them. And he's already played with like 5 of them and lost them. But he loves these things. We throw them and he chases them all over the house. The bursts he absolutely loves. He's eating them. He just ate them right now. This, not so much. So we gave it to him. And he licked it a little bit. He played with it. But he didn't really fall in love with it. He's had other catnip stuff he's liked more. He didn't really like these that much. But that's the thing with cat. It's hit or miss. The other things that we have on here are this artificial, like, fish thing. We're wondering if you would like it. It's like a lamp, but it has fish that move. and we're wondering if he would be attracted to it or not. Like, you never know, right? So that was something. And then another kind of treat, it's a freeze-dried salmon, I think. And then this is just kind of a utility thing to clean the house because cat hair gets everywhere, and this lets you clean stuff. So that's what we got on Throne. Throne.com/DarksidePhil. If you're interested in getting some stuff for Jasper Kitty, you can give it a look. I haven't talked about it in weeks, right? Just like I haven't talked about my merch in a while. Here, let's do some gratuitous plugs during this segment, right? So, DarksidePhil.shop, my merch shop, where you can buy all kinds of Darkside Phil merch, including the Philomania t-shirts for WWE Champions Nights. We've got the established in 2008 logo, which I actually really like. We got me as Dan in Street Fighter. We got baseball shirts. We've got two-sided shirts. The Wow Dude insignia. We got some tote bags. And, of course, we got the really awesome mugs, which I've shown you and I've been using constantly for the last week and a half, 2 weeks since I got them. So, give it a look. Let me know what you think. People who are getting their items are really liking them. Apparently, they're rating them highly, saying they really like the quality. But it takes about 2 weeks. FYI, we're now realizing it takes about 2 weeks between the time when you order and you're going to get something. So be careful of that, especially for those who are looking to maybe order something for the holidays. You have to order early that you have enough time for it to be custom made and then mailed to you. Okay. Now, some people are asking, will there be new logos? I don't know. I have to look into it. I believe that I do have some more art that I could upload and make product out of, but I've been so busy lately, I really haven't had a chance to dig deep into my files and try to find more. But I bet you I have more. I bet you I do have more that I could throw in there. Would they come before Thanksgiving? If you order now, yes. If you order right now, you will absolutely have that merch before Thanksgiving. But you have to order now. Because like I said, it's an average. People are saying it's about 2 weeks to get to them. For me, it took about a week and a half to get these mugs. But some people said it took about 2 weeks. It depends on where you are in the world because it's worldwide shipping. So, holiday-themed logos? I don't know. What do you guys think? Holiday-themed logos? Maybe I could find... I'm sure I've had holiday-themed stuff over the years that maybe we could transform into something for there. The Red King just did a $5 super chat and says, I think you have to accept you're always going to have some trolls. The challenge is learning to innovate your streams knowing they're going to be there. I know. No, I know that. But here's the thing. Here's what you have to understand. All right? People always say stuff like, well, why can't you just do what this other streamer does, what this other content creator does? Because I'm not them. I'm in a unique situation with the level of trolling and A-logging and harassment that this community gets. I have to create situations that are safe for myself, but also the viewer. For me to just say, well, I'll just do it anyway. All you're doing is you're giving opportunity for them to harass people. And that's the last thing that I should be doing. I shouldn't be creating opportunities for trolls to harass people just because I'm like, just do it anyway. I don't care. You know, I got to be more responsible than that, right? So, again, I'm not against this stuff, but I also don't want to create an environment where the trolls just come and ruin it for everyone constantly, you know? So, like, that's what I say. Well, can we work around it? Does anyone have ideas? And you get a couple ideas, but nothing ever that's too concrete. We'll make a Discord. So that's a whole other can of worms. A Discord? Do you not think that within a day, the Discord would be flooded with all of my trolls? Right? So, until we find actual concrete solutions, it's safer to err on the side of caution and say, no, we're not going to be doing this fan interactive stuff because it's going to be mostly trolls and not fans, right? I received a $1 tip. Why am I not doing the Crave cookie thing? Number one, because people didn't seem too interested in it. Like, people were outright telling me it was kind of a boring idea and they didn't like it. And then on top of that, we have trolls threatening me and shit. All right? But in reality, it's more of the people just didn't seem that interested in it. They thought it was kind of a boring idea. So, I said, all right, we'll do something different. And, yesterday we came up with the Thanksgiving sandwich, which seems a little bit more interesting. Right? Is there a way to gift merch? I mean, what I would say is you could buy merch off of the site, but set up the shipping address to be somebody else's place. You could do that. You could pay for it yourself, but set up the shipping address to be whoever you want to send it to as a gift. So you could do that, sure. Wings nuked his Discord because of tomfoolery. I think people just suck, says Doot. Exactly. And listen, my Discord ain't going to be any better than his, right? a turkey sandwich seems more relevant than cookies. Exactly. The cookies are generic. They could happen whenever. This turkey sandwich is themed towards this holiday season, right? Thanksgiving. Am I going to do a Black Friday sale on my merch? No, I don't control the prices of the merch. The prices are controlled by the company that makes them, not me. I don't make the merch. It's not. Is it my likeness on the merch? Yes. Am I promoting it? Yes. Am I actually running the business and making the merch and controlling the pricing? No. Let's not get it confused. It's a third-party company doing it, but I make a few bucks per sale. It helps me out, so thank you for those who have bought something from over there. What percent is it? I forget the exact percent, but it's a good cut. Let me put it this way. When I was selling merch on Teespring for the longest time, I would make $1 or $2 a sale. I'm not even kidding you. With this, I make a significant amount each sale. I'm not saying I'm making tons, but I'm making something that as it adds up, it's worth it. Okay? Let me put it this way. My first payment that I received was hundreds of dollars. There you go. So it's worth it to do it. And you guys are helping me a lot by buying the merch. So thank you to those who have. There you go. It was crazy. The Teespring was stupid. It was like, that first few months that I did Teespring, I was selling like crazy amounts of merch, and I made like $150. I was like, what did I do this for? Right? It was just fan service, basically. So. Ren says, are there some delays? Because I ordered October 5th and I don't have a shipping yet. Email info@darksidefield.shop. Right? That's the email address that it says to email for help. And they should give you information. Yeah, I think it's email@darksidefield.shop. Yeah, that's what you're supposed to email. And someone said that they had done that. Like there was an issue with the shirt. They had ordered the wrong size or something. And they contacted them and they were able to fix it for them. And everything was fine. So if you're having an issue, if it doesn't seem like it's shipping yet, it's taking forever, email over there and hopefully they'll be able to help you. Because again, I'm not running the company. So I don't know what's going on particularly. So please let me know. And just definitely use that email, okay? How did the level 1 how did the level 1 podcast come to be? Well, every day I was streaming, I would have a segment where I would just talk with the audience a little bit, but it wouldn't be me on camera like this. Instead, it was this. This was the old level 1 podcast when it was just called the pre-stream. And so I would turn this on and I would hang out with the audience for like a half an hour, 40 minutes, just talking. Okay? And people started to complain, well, we wanted gameplay. Why are you talking? I was like, you're kidding me. You don't want me to talk to my audience. You're actually complaining. It was remarkable, the things that people complained about over the years. Okay? So after about doing this for about a year and a half, 2 years of people complaining, we don't, the pre-stream is too long or whatever. I said, all right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to make it a podcast. And what's going to be, instead of being this, it's going to be this. Me on stream talking on camera with a backdrop, having topics, right? And admittedly, originally the show was just me shooting the shit. And we didn't normally have topics or anything. Like today, usually I come in with a bunch of topics, right? Let's talk about this news article. Let's talk about this video. Let's watch and react to this trailer. We have stuff to do. Back then, I didn't really do that. It was just kind of on the fly, off the cuff, just dicking around. So we did that for about a year and a half. We called it the pre-stream podcast, right? Then, basically, the idea came out from actually Keemstar. Because Keemstar and I got into a little tiff. He wanted me on his show, and I told him no, and yada, yada, yada. And he basically made a whole video on his Twitter called, Phil's stuck on level 1. Phil will never beat level 1. He's always going to be on level 1. He's never going to evolve or do anything better. He's been doing it for 15 years, and he's still on level 1. And I said, oh, yeah? Well, I like the sound of that. And we called it the Level 1 Podcast. So we changed it to the Level 1 Podcast. And now I've been doing it, what, 2 years now? It's been called the Level 1 Podcast. And it's done well. In fact, the show has grown, right? Now it's not just me shooting the shit. We have topics. We have guests. We have, again, video clips we react to. We have all these different things going on, depending on what's going on. The one thing I regret, I really wish that we could do news more often. There just isn't constant gaming news. You know, in the sphere of games, there's not always good stuff to talk about. Today we had a few topics to talk about, which was good. You know, we had the Monster Hunter beta. We had the story about Rayman is coming back. I like it when we have a good variety of news to talk about, but it just doesn't always happen. There's actually sometimes a whole week with no significant game news. So I'm trying to find other stuff to fill the time, right? What is this idea of pre-screened what? The podcast could be elevated if fans leave recorded audio messages you pre-screen. And then you can listen to one or two of them on stream. What does that mean? What does it mean? Beaston, no, I don't hate you. It's just that your suggestions just aren't very good. I'm sorry. Like, I'm not trying to hate on you, but you suggest a whole lot of stuff, but it always seems to be something that's completely outside of the realm of something I could do that would be easily doable or to figure out. You know what I mean? Excuse me. Bloodsport, of course I've seen Bloodsport. It's a classic. Classic movie. What's the most exotic meat that I've ever eaten? Super Bonchan says, I've had venison, but my old man has had things like alligator, dog, snake, and lion. Oh, I have no idea. Honestly? Oh, probably not too many crazy meats when I'm thinking about it. I don't think I've ever even had venison. I've had ox. Remember I had oxtail? And it was disgusting, and I didn't eat it because it smelled like butt. It literally smelled like ass. So I didn't eat it. I took one little bite of it. I was like, this is disgusting, and I stopped eating it. Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. We'll see about A Quiet Place today. See how it works. Does WWE Champions do a Christmas event? They sometimes do, but it's not usually Christmas themed. Like, they'll have a month that's called, like, Winter Showdown or something like that. But they don't have, like, Christmas-themed wrestlers or anything like that. What they do is sometimes they have Christmas sweaters that are equipment for wrestlers that add abilities. And then they also have Santa Hogan. But for the most part, they don't do, like, a full month. Like, this month was Zombies Month in Champions, right? They don't do, like, Christmas month. Every month is, or every week is a different Christmas-themed character. They don't usually do that. No, never played War Thunder. I don't know what that is. The gobbledygooker is in the game. Suffer Horse, for some reason, it got edited. I don't know why the AI moderator moderated you for saying the gobbledygooker. But the gobbledygooker is an actual character in WWE Champions. Do I think Silent Hill 3 will get a remake? Well, Silent Hill 2, if it does well, which supposedly did sell well the first few days, then you'll probably see more, so I hope there are more. I want 1 first, and then I want 3. Yeah, the Alan Wake DLC was not good. It was a waste of time, so we're doing Quiet Place today, and we'll see how it goes. Guys, before we adjourn the podcast, which we're about to do, let's get one final push of support. All right. Right now, we have 83 likes on YouTube. Let's get that up to 100 likes, considering we have over 300 viewers. All right. On Kick, let's get some support. Let's just get some support going, guys. Let's get some super chats, tips, and some gifted subs. Right now, the lowest thing we have right now is the tips. Only $1.21 tip. Right? Let's get it. Let's get a final burst. Like Jasper's bursts. Let's get some bursts of support here on the stream before we adjourn. And then we're going to jump into A Quiet Place and see how it is. a pumpkin carving stream. I have to make this clear. The content that I make is in this room, in this office. All right? Where all my equipment is. You're not going to see me doing messy shit in this office. This is not, oh, Phil films all over his house and does stuff. No, my content is in my room of work, which is this room. And that's why I wouldn't be able to do pumpkin carving. There's no room to do that. Like, where the hell would I do that in this room exactly? Right? No, I've never used an activity card for a game on PS5. I don't know how to use them. I know they're in there, but I've never used them. Yeah, there's no room in here to do stuff like that. Exactly. This is a very cramped room, and it's all covered in equipment and stuff. Like, there's equipment everywhere. So there's no room for me to be doing stuff like you guys are describing. Like pumpkin carving, there's nowhere to do it. The next time you'll see that is PS5 Pro, remember? A viewer has ordered me a PS5 Pro. And I'm getting it, what is it, first week in November? And I think it comes out like November 7th. So I'll be getting a PS5 Pro. I'll be doing a live unboxing, a hookup session. We're going to download and test games on it to see how it performs compared to my PC. Right? We're going to do that. I'm curious. Maybe we could do side-by-side comparison of certain games on PC to PS5 Pro. Head-to-head, 1080p, 120 hertz, and see which performs better. No, I never had an imaginary friend. No, I did not. I had real friends. I didn't have an imaginary friend. Exactly. Cracker Jack says, next they're going to want you to dye Easter eggs. Yeah, and build a gingerbread house in here too, right? Right? I already said, so Pwop Stream says, what about a stream where you drink on stream? As I already said, I would drink on stream. I usually do for marathons. Like during Halloween, I'll probably have a kind of liquor or two here that maybe if we hit a milestone of support during that event, I'll take a shot. Maybe every $100 raised, I'll take a shot or something like that. That's probably what it'll be. It'll be like $100 milestones during the Halloween event. Again, I've said this a million times. There's an open door policy if my wife ever wants to come on stream. It's just been a really rough year for us, you know, behind the scenes personal stuff. And I tell you right now, she probably has no desire to come on stream right now. You know, there's stuff going on that you guys don't need to know about. And there's a reason why, you know, we had plans to do co-op and stuff earlier in the year and it didn't pan out because of a lot of stuff going on. So right now, the answer is no. I'm hoping that things will turn around and get better and she'll eventually want to come back and do stuff. But right now, it's a no. What about opening WWE card packs? I mean, isn't that essentially what we do in WWE Champions when we pull for superstars? That's exactly what it is. So, want to do that? Come back tonight. The late stream, 6:45 p.m. to 7 p.m. Pacific time. And if we hit the support goal, I will do a pull for characters. That's what we do. No, the new washer dryer have not arrived yet. They have not. I don't have concrete information yet. When I have it, I'll let you know because it very well could be getting delivered during a stream, and then I need to take a break during a live stream for it. So, I'd make way more money doing real gambling. Oh my lord. Well, I'm certainly not getting into real gambling right now. You know, I'm just in a situation where things are getting better for me and my family. I'm consistently making more money. It's allowing me to have more freedom over my life. I can buy a game on a whim like we did today with The Quiet Place. I don't want to then throw all that away like an asshole gambling. So don't plan on that anytime soon. All right, I think it's time to end the show. Let's get set up for A Quiet Place. Sadly, we didn't get any last-minute support. I was hoping we could at least hit the $50 before we started the game. Thank you guys for everything. I appreciate you all hanging out. And good show today. I think it's good to have more chill shows from time to time that don't have a ton of things to talk about. Tomorrow, we might or might not have more. Tomorrow, I'm sure we'll talk about A Quiet Place, right? We'll talk about how the game is. And any further topics, any updates, or anything going on. But thanks a lot. Nice chill show today. I hope that you enjoyed. And I'll see you tomorrow for another amazing episode of the Level 1 Podcast.